Hansworm Hat. Clown World freak show is in full swing, and just the media frenzy, and it's just really strange how much more this thing has affected day-to-day life than, say, one of their psyops like 9/11, which mostly was, you didn't feel the impact of that unless you were going to go to the airport or something. But this corona hoax thing is pretty extreme, and I just want to go over this video. I'll post a link in the description and in the comments to this video if you want to go watch it. In Idaho, they arrested just one person, like a sacrificial lamb or something. They're because they can't arrest everybody. There's like 50 people at this park, and so they single out the squeaky wheel gets the grease or whatever. The person who put up the most resistance, they put on a show and they arrest them. And here's a video. I mean, the point of this video is that a lot of these people, like, how much do they know is real? How much do they know is fake? That's one of the biggest questions. And there's a lot of people that they throw gang signs, but then I look at them from my perspective, and it's like, how asleep are you? You're such a normie. Like, you believe everything the media says, and it's like they really do believe everything the media says, but they throw gang signs. They do, just like the triad claw, for instance. So it's like, what is that? Is that the end of their knowledge about this system? It's like they know that they throw a gang sign, and like that's the end of it. They think that's all it's about. Like, they throw gang signs. Maybe they know about, some of them are trannies. Like, what are the different levels? And it has its parallels in Masonry, because you can read about how in Masonry one of the big jokes of Masonry is to play tricks on the lower levels. The higher levels play tricks on the lower levels and make them believe wrong things. But they do the same tricks that they always do. It'll be like, well, we weren't flat out lying to you, it's just you interpreted it incorrectly. It's the game gets played at all the different levels. The higher levels up lie to the lower ones. And I think a big part of overthrowing of the pyramid is when the bottom layer of the pyramid all wakes up to the shenanigans. I think there's all sorts of people out there that they really do believe everything out of the media. They really do. I mean, they probably don't even know that they're inverted. A lot of these free martins, the lower level ones. Anyways, they like to start their videos throwing gang signs. This video started with this one throwing a sign. Here's what was going on. The new America, violent criminals are freed and innocent mothers in playgrounds are arrested in front of their children. This has got to stop. A young mother. I just thought this was funny that they said a young mother. What type of programming is that? I mean, I won't even talk about the mother aspect. And yeah, I know they're wearing black and white stripes. This probably, to me, this video seemed organic. It really does seem like stuff that cops do. Pick out one person, the person who's putting up the biggest fight, and they throw their power around a little bit, make a scene, make things worse than they already were. Do you know what cops do? Never introduce cops into a situation unless you want it to get worse than what it already started as. It's just going to escalate everything. Anyways, I just thought the programming was obvious with young mother. What is young about this? They really want people to think that a 30-year-old something mother, that's a young mother. Clearly not social distancing here when they're going through this. Well, I took this picture when I was thinking, when you watch this video, you can see, where are the men? Where are the men? Why is it all these quote unquote women standing up for this, saying, you're not kicking me out of this park? It's this one woman that's doing it. Yeah, I don't know about young woman, young mother. So yeah, wearing a lot of black and white, but I don't think that this one is a particular. I don't think that this particular instance is a psyop. Just inverts wear black and white a lot. They're trying to hide the fact that they don't have any curves. They just have a lumpy rectangle body. It's an older strat. And this just shows you how it's a bunch of BS. When they were arresting this person, look at the crowds here. What kind of social distancing is going on here? What is the purpose of arresting people supposed to be? It's like you weren't listening to the social distancing orders. But then look at what happened. The police arrest somebody and now you have a bigger group than you ever had before. So there's no logic to it. They need you to believe that it's serious. That's it. They're just flexing their power. And you live in a clown world. Stuff doesn't happen because it makes sense. This was after the fact, after they arrested this person. What did they accomplish? Absolutely nothing. There's probably more people at the park afterwards than there were before. And it just reminds me of this. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And this is one of the letters that is often attributed to Paul, but most people agree that it isn't actually written by Paul today. And I think it's really the 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13, deceiving and being deceived. I think of this all the time. They are big liars. They lie to themselves all the time. They lie to one another all the time. They aren't really united. It's like a united chaos, all for one and one for all. A weird nonsense. Stuff like that never even makes sense to me still. All for one and one for all. That doesn't... how can you... I don't know. Anyways, they have this, like, they're all out for their own good, but then they're all out for one another. But they really aren't, because they hate one another and they also hate themselves. I don't understand how they can keep going with a system that is so obviously broken. They all seem so unhappy and depressed, popping pills, strats popping pills left and right. How many people have to go to therapy all the time? It's such a train wreck. And I just always have a hard time understanding, how could you be a gang sign thrower? How could you know about all the inverts, but then still be so duped by something like just the news? Like, how could you think that the news is real? And I don't know, I have these people in my day-to-day life, people that throw gang signs, but they are like, they think that this corona thing is serious. And I don't think that they're just not that good of an actor. They really do believe that it's serious, and they're such normies. And then it's kind of like the people I know that are higher up in the pyramid are, the ones that I know higher up in the pyramid, like, don't go to the doctors. My Rex dad never goes to the doctor, never does any of that stuff. And I think it's because they just know more truths. And I don't know, it's just this interesting thing. Deceiving and being deceived. They need a large group of the drones to be total zombie deceived people. And that's probably where the biggest awakening is yet to happen. People that they might not even know that they're a part of the system because they're just a free martin who never was told about it. They need to wake up to the clown freak show. And I guess the lower level gang sign people need to learn that it's not worth it to be in a 33 Orange Club, because everything that these people do is satanic and meant to subvert God in some way. Yeah, just kind of rambling. I think people are really starting to get tired of this thing, of the shutdown, and how it's clearly much ado about nothing, and they're just trying to flex their NWO powers and show how much they can get people to do whatever they want. I don't know if they're necessarily hiding anything, or I think what it is just the signs in the sky have become too apparent, and they know that the end is near. So this is just a big prep for the end, the the real end when Jesus comes back. And yeah, I mean, that's mostly it. Leave a comment. God bless everyone.